he plays the game with a ferocity that's just unmatched. Like, the kid plays so hard and it's so fun to watch. And he's so heavily criticized, and he plays the game and it's like he doesn't care. You know what I mean? He's just a baller, and I'm glad. I hope, you know what I mean? Like, I hope Westbrook just wins a ring. It'd be such a cool story. Just the perseverance from, Durant leaving him high and dry, to the team that they had up 3-1. And like I said, man, I want Westbrook to win. I'm a huge fan of Russell Westbrook. He's a bulldog. The shooting isn't there at all, and that's where you have to penalize him. You know what I mean? But so let's talk about Russell Westbrook, right? Let's just talk about his numbers. So last season he actually improved, which is kind of crazy, because obviously he was, people want to complain about he was only hunting for the triple double. Like, this man literally just averaged a triple double in his last 3 years in a row. And personally, I think it did feel like that. It felt like maybe the first time he did a triple double, he averaged 32, 11 and 32, 11 and 10, bro. Like, that season, it felt like he was trying to literally win and get his team and win a championship for his team. You know what? But I feel like after, he's like, yo, how can I play any better than I've already played? And so that's where I felt like he was just, going for the numbers a little bit. Obviously, I'm not saying Westbrook wasn't trying to win. He's the ultimate competitor, He's like I said, he's a firecracker. But it felt like he was kind of taking the foot off the gas a little bit. Now, Westbrook really never really been that great of a shooter. So that's why it was interesting to see what would happen when he goes to the Rockets. And we know who the Rockets are. They're going to take 3,000 threes a game. And then if they miss all of them, they're going to take another 3,000. Like, they don't care at all. It's going to happen. Feel me? So, the man goes to a team where he's pretty much asked to shoot, and it right now is averaging 28, 7, and 8. Right? So James Harden realistically is the point guard of that team, but Basketball Reference, has it all laid out. So right this year, Westbrook's point guard, Harden's the shooting guard. Now, let's talk about Westbrook's fit with the team. So, we saw what happened with Clint Capella and Russell Westbrook. So, from a pure basketball perspective, Clint Capella didn't work on the same floor as Russell Westbrook. It was a disadvantage to them because Westbrook is going to be on the wings, but he's not looking to shoot. He's spreading the floor for James Harden to do his dance. Hey, you ugly. You your daddy, son. Hey, all right. But he's spreading it for him. So when Harden, gets doubled or, gets, loses his dribble and needs an outlet, he's giving it to Westbrook. Westbrook's not looking to shoot. The floor's already spread for Westbrook perfectly, so he's looking to drive and get to the rim. That's where he lives. That's what he loves to do. But with Capella on the floor, that makes it harder for him because Capella is going to be on the low block, getting ready, because he's looking for that lob pass, which is interesting because, Westbrook was doing that a lot in OKC, you know what I'm saying? But I guess Westbrook was trying to adjust, and basically Westbrook got Capella traded out of Houston. But I think Russell didn't want to play with Clint Capella, which is very interesting because he was playing with Steven Adams, and Steven Adams is pretty much Clint Capella. Like they're pretty interchangeable, to be honest. But I guess with Westbrook trying to adopt to the new style of basketball that's being played, where he's not the main focus. I guess he just wants to put his team in the best position to win. Because realistically, well, obviously you got PJ down there, but he's technically the big man, Russell Westbrook, because he's the quote unquote non-shooter. Um, he's very active on the boards, on the glass. He's not guarding the big man, but he's always peeking around down there. Um, but yeah, no disrespect to Russell Westbrook, the man's a beast. Um, but I don't think he's in the top six, to be honest. And I was struggling. I was debating about who to put at number six between Westbrook and Trae Young, my number six point guard in the league right now. 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, yeah, he's my number six. Trae Young is Steph Curry. Like he's a I'm not gonna say a poor man's Steph Curry because the he's dropping 30 points and 9 assists. So if that's poor, then I want to be poor. You know what I mean? Um, but no, yeah, he's literally this generation's. He's going to be this generation's Stephen Curry. Now, the only thing that worries me about Trae Young is that I don't know if there's a lot of room for improvement. You know what I mean? Like this, my gut is telling me that this is his ceiling, and and the kid's 21 years old. Like what he's doing right now is incredible. Like the NBA is tailored to his game. And like I said about it being a positionless game, like players like him, players like Steph Curry, um, I don't know. He's a little bit more of a point guard than Steph. A little bit. He's a better passer. Um, but again, I think he's in this weird hybrid. He's like in like a hybrid guard position where it's like they're scoring. There's just scoring point guards, and that's what the NBA has become, a scoring point guard league. And like I said, this man is tearing it up, and he's 21 years old, and that's why it's weird that I have this feeling that this is his ceiling, and but that's why I also, I struggled with him over Russell Westbrook. Obviously, Westbrook is in a better situation. Um, and of course, he's a better rebounder. But like overall, I just Trae Young, Trigger Trae. He's the truth, man. Ice Trae. I really nothing else to say about it. And it's also in. I mean, and also Trae Young is on a very bad team, so you could say that his stats are inflated because he's pretty much the only option on that team. Obviously, we have John Collins, and it seems like DeAndre Hunter is gonna be good for them. And Westbrook's on a winning team, but still, you know, I just don't see a strong enough argument to put Westbrook over Trae. And now we're getting to the top five. It's gonna get juicy real soon, real fast. Number five, Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic, the European fucking the European LeBron? Like, is that what we're gonna call him? The European LeBron? I mean, we know Luka's a big LeBron fan. Models his game after LeBron. Obviously, he isn't the physical specimen that LeBron is, but the, this kid is talented. This kid is super talented, and I think it was also kind of close between him and Trae Young, especially for a lot during the season, because Trae Young has been absolutely phenomenal. But when you look at just the impact these players make and the overall, the team success. And I know teams shouldn't really be a big indicator on, what the individual player ranks, but even individually, Luka has 29, 9, and 9. Both of these kids are year 2 players. Luka was actually labeled a shooting guard last year. So if he was labeled a shooting guard this year, he wouldn't be on this list. But I think it's a mistake to label him anything but a point guard. This kid has the ball in his hands. This kid is 20 years old, averaging 29, 9, and 9. And this is where I was saying about the whole ceiling. I don't think this is Luka's ceiling. Like, I think Luka can improve a lot, and which is scary because he's already so good. And how tall is Luka? I'm about to look it up. Luka Doncic height. Luka's 6'7". If Luka can find a way to just become a decent defensive player, he's gonna be the best player in the league. And whenever he does that, whenever Luka finds it in him to play some defense, which obviously is tough. The NBA is so fast, and he has the ball, so he needs to kind of get that rest. But Luka, his game is so nice to watch. The way he changes speeds, his passing ability, his shooting, his range. Kid is good. He's good, and he's the 5th best point guard in the league, behind number 4, Kyrie Irving, Uncle Drew. We know who he is. We know who this man is. And honestly, I personally was really struggling again with my number 4 versus my number 3. And I think I chose Kyrie worse of the two purely out of respect for the other one. Because the other one, this has been, the other one has revolutionized. That should give you a hint who it is. Has revolutionized basketball. But no, Kyrie has been really good this year. On a mediocre, on a pretty bad team actually. They have Dinwiddie, LeVert, but without Durant, that team wasn't doing anything. You know what I mean? Kyrie this year is shooting of unbelievable percentage from 3. I mean, right around what he usually shoots. Kyrie's a great shooter. Shooting basically a little under 40%. Points right where he usually is. I mean, we know who Kyrie is. He's the best ball handler in basketball. Really don't know what else to say about him. Kyrie is Kyrie, but Kyrie is Kyrie, but Kyrie isn't Steph. And Steph's number 3, my number 3 point guard in basketball right now. And Steph's only played 5 games, but that's just how good Steph is. Steph's only in 5 games, and he hasn't even played amazing in those 5 games. But like I said, it's a respect. You respect the shooter. I know that's a popular Warriors fan, and I'm not even that big of a Steph fan. Like, I don't even really like Steph. I'm a LeBron guy, so you already know. But Steph, he's the human torch. You know what I mean? Like, he's the best shooter ever. No, that makes sense. Like, this kid is phenomenal.